Welcome back, everyone, to our 3K to 25K account challenge. Today we played TNDM. Actually, we played it for 2 days, exploited TNDM for two swing positions, did really well, made $250 plus on each position. I'm going to talk about emotions. I'm going to talk about basically mixing it up and changing your setup mid trade, why it's always not good to second guess your situation or second guess your setup, because that's exactly what happened to me. We could have came out of this position with much more profits, but I didn't follow my instinct. I got nervous and I basically moved up my stop loss, which forced me to take early profits at $250 on the first day. But we'll get into more detail. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy the video. How you doing, guys? Welcome to day 4. I was about to mess that up. Thank you for tuning in if you came this far. Really good news. We're doing really good at this point. We have a total of 3 losses and a whole bunch of wins. Some of the wins I didn't record, so I am sorry for that. I do have to apologize. I really wanted to show every single trade, but I wasn't able to because sometimes I'm doing this at work as well. Other times I'm just setting up an OCO bracket, depending on my trade or depending on what I foresee is going to happen, and then I come home to my position being closed. But I'll try to record as many of the good plays, the plays that I'm actually in, and the plays that I'm actually manually looking forward or looking into, I will record. And these are some of those plays. TNDM, you will hear this sticker a lot through our journey. I love this stock. And although I would say try not to fall in love with stocks simply because different times call for different measures. Sometimes the stock may not have volume. Sometimes the stock just may not be going according to its normal behavior. So try not to get too caught up. But the play we will be talking about is TNDM. I actually took 2 plays on this stock 2 days in a row, actually, and I'll explain that. Both days we made above $250, which is beautiful, giving us $500 in 2 days on our small account. And that's great. I mean, at this point, I came into this thinking, I would have to take $200, $100 profits because of how small our account was. But we actually had some great swings. We actually had some really great plays where we made $300, $400, $500 in a matter of, a couple of days. Last week we were a little aggressive, so we used up all of our day trades. So this week I had to really play it safe. I really had to put my trades in at the end of the day around 3:30, 4 o'clock to basically swing it into the next day and be able to maneuver and manipulate without using a day trade. But let's get straight into it. We have TNDM here. Let's get to our charts. So first, let's look at the daily chart. As I always say, we should start off with. Let's look at the bigger picture. So here, we basically saw that TNDM was going to bounce off of the 44.32 line. Now, why did that come to mind? So first of all, we seen this bounce here. We seen from the previous week, we rode this uptrend. So we were having a lot of fun profiting off of TNDM, off this uptrend, and then we come to a sudden halt. When was this? I believe this was the 17th. It hit our 44.32 line. So of course, this is going to bring awareness. Anytime you see a bounce, just create a mental note. It doesn't even have to be mental. You can create a line, draw a line on your platform. Most platforms come with these functionalities, and mark that line. Even if you have to write it down. A lot of the times I write down my price points just to write little memos to myself, especially when I'm setting my stop losses and my take profits. I always want to know my exits, my entries, and my exits. So, you could even write these price points down. So I seen this bounce on the 17th, and then on the 18th proceeded by a bullish play. A bearish play. So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, this could be a possible reversal. So at this time, we're basically looking into the stock. We're going to wait for the second confirmation candle, which came on the 22nd. I believe this is a Monday, so between this was the weekend. We got into this play. This is one of our previous plays, rode the trend all the way down until it started to reverse on the 24th. Now, the two plays that we took came in on the 25th, and then we took another play today, which is, so it was the 25th. Let me see if I get this right. Yeah, it was the 25th to the 28th. That was one swing trade, and then we swung another trade from the 28th to the 29th. So basically what we saw here was the same thing. We have this bullish candle here touching our 44.32 line, and then it gets rejected. You see that long wick, that long shadow there? That basically says that the bulls tried to break that price level of 44.32, but couldn't. The bears brought it right back down. So that's my signal. My signal is like, okay, that's a strong level of resistance. Now I have to look out for that. Usually, I wait for the next day to come red or come bearish, and then I make my move. But I was really confident because I seen this rejection on the 17th. Now, this is the second time I'm seeing this rejection. So remember, we're always playing off of behaviors where we're noticing a stock's behavior and we're basically taking high probability trades, high probability chances on these behaviors. So once I seen this, I said, you know what? I'm going to short this play. And that's exactly what we did. So we shorted the play around, let's say, 43.90, I believe it was. And then I ended up riding the profits all the way down. I got at least $2 of profit. Then it started to reverse. Now this is where my emotions got involved. As it started to reverse, I lowered my stop loss to basically stop me out at around $250 of profit. At this point, I'm up $500. I'm at $500, and it's funny because I'm actually talking to one of my SML teammates, Simon. Shout outs to Simon Leonard. We're basically going over this play together, and he's like, just be patient, just let it play out. And me, wasn't too patient, and for some reason, I don't know why, I believed in my process halfway. You can't do that. You can't be halfway committed. Never do that. So by lowering my stop loss, I basically put myself in a position where if that stock came back up, it was easier for it to knock me out at the $250 profit. So that's exactly what happened. The stock rose just enough to basically knock me out of my position, and it went back down. And he ended up profiting all the way down to 41, which would have been a great profit. That probably would have put us at $700 on a day if we would have just followed through. So what I did at the end of that day, I simply just got back into the trade because I knew we were going to have a second bullish day here. And I'll be honest, I do think there may be a third bullish day, but because the volume was a little funny today, I didn't get into the play just to play it safe. I felt like that support line held very strongly, and it kept bouncing. It wouldn't break $41. So tomorrow I'm going to see if it breaks 41, I'll get back into the trade. But if not, I think I'll just sit this one out and look for a different play. But today, when I swung this from the 25th, I basically held it. I learned from my mistakes from the previous day. It came down. We had very low volume on the day, so it wasn't a lot of movement. And I just sat through. I sat through. It went up, then it came back down. And I ended up selling around, I believe, the 41, around the 41.16, 41.25 mark, which gave us another $275 of profit. So in 2 days, can't really complain. $500 in profit is good with our small account. Like I said, we don't always expect those kind of profits. I'm always appreciative of $100, $100, $100 because of how small our account is. So if we can consistently grow and consistently keep these profits coming, we could hit our mark in a decent amount of time. Just to give you guys a short update, we're actually up to $5,800 currently. And I do have to apologize because there is a gap in between some of our videos where it may seem like, how did we get there? But from some of our previous 100s, 200s, I took a couple day trades, burned a couple of those, made 200, so it kind of added up, and we were able to double our initial investment of 3,000 almost. I think I'm at 5,000 and change at this point. So we're almost at 6,000, which is good. We have $4,000 more to go. And then once that happens, we're at 10,000. We can start upping our positions and we can start expecting slightly more profit. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in today. If you like what's going on, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. Comment all of your questions. I will answer all of them. If I need to make videos on smaller topics, please let me know. Basics, tutorials, whatever you need, please shoot me a DM or shoot me something. Just communicate it to me and I'll make sure I'll get it done. Thank you for coming. See you guys later.